All right, welcome on in everyone to another episode of First CSP, the channel dedicated to bringing you the first council shoulder patch issued from each council in Scouting America, both past and present. Today we're going to take a look at Desert Trails 29 out of California. This council was originally formed in 1959 when it was a name change from Imperial Yuma 29 and lasted up until 1992 when it merged with San Diego County to form Desert Pacific 49. Head on over to the patch table and we've got a couple production runs to start off of the first issue. First issue listed with a dark brown border, light blue sky, and brown letters. Even in older collecting guides, this was always just listed as S1. So there were, as we can see here, a couple examples of different production runs of the S1, but they were never listed as variants like 1A, 1B. They were always just S1. You can see here at the top, we've got a little bit thicker text lettering. On the other production run, it's a little bit thinner, so we just have some minute differences between the two. A little bit difference on how the green is along the bank over here. So just a couple different production runs of the S1. These are both cloth backed S1s. There's no coating on them per se. Oh, there's another minor distinction. You can see that this one, the border is sewn on with brown thread. Here the border is attached with clear thread. So pretty stark distinction from the backside there as well on two different production runs. We don't have any specific account of how many production runs of the first issue were made. We know we have at least two in our family collection. From there, the next patch was the SA2, which is a 1979 Philmont Trek patch. We do not have that one here. It does not look like the first, I don't think. So then we went to the S3. The S3 was formerly divided into three variants, the S3A, B, and C, where the A and B have vertically stitched sun. And here we have examples of the former S3A and S3B. These were denoted as the color of the sky. So the light blue sky was the S3A, the darker blue sky is the S3B, and then there was an S3C that has a horizontally sewn sun. We've not been able to source that yet. I will tell you in the more recent collecting guides, they've actually merged these two issues, so these would both be now considered S3As, and the horizontally stitched sun would be an S3B. Regardless, we can see the main distinction between the S1s and the S3s is the addition of the BSA. So it's pretty easy to tell the difference, although it is the same image as the S1. So it's worth pointing out that if you're trying to delineate between the S1s and the S3s, your S3s are all going to say BSA, and that was the addition. Taking a look at the back, our S3A is a plastic back that is mostly white, and our S3B, the plastic back, is a little more clear. You see a little bit more of the mountain colors and such coming through. Both of these does look as though the border, well, the border on the S3B is definitely attached with clear lock stitch, and it looks like we almost have either very dark brown or black lock stitch that was used on the S3A that we have here. So also a little bit of a difference there as well. We'll take the S3A and move it down and just kind of give you a final parting shot comparing one of the S1s with the S3. Again, very similar imagery, but the S3s are always going to say BSA. Well, there you have it. The first issues for Desert Trails 29. If you have an S3, what was formerly C and is now an S3B with the horizontally stitched sun, feel free to send it the image scan to our email, which is always listed below, and we'll post it up on our X account, our Twitter account, whenever we get additional information or imagery like that. We always put that up there. We don't post a lot on X, but when we do get additional information, we try and link it out over on that account as well, so we can be a great collective as far as the resources from the greater community so that people have as much information as possible regarding first issues and the near issues that often look similar to those first issues. All right, with that, we'll be back tomorrow with another brand new episode of First CSP. We hope to see you back here for that. Until then, hope you guys have a great rest of your day.